just a heads up, if you haven't seen the latest episode of Kenobi yet, I highly recommend you watch it, because I'm going to be talking about major points in that episode, along with the entirety of the show itself. So, FYI, please watch Kenobi first before seeing this. I don't want to ruin your entertainment of that show, so please watch it. But if you have, then by all means, enjoy the show. Obi-Wan Kenobi is a show that is very controversial with the fandom. People had impossibly high expectations for this. And did it deliver? Of course not. It can never be delivered. People have such impossibly high expectations that there's nothing that the show could have done. Even if it did what people wanted, it still wouldn't have mattered, because there would have been a portion that would have been upset. It would have been similar to The Mandalorian, where a lot of people like that show, but there's still a portion of the fan base that doesn't like it. Would have been like that, but Kenobi is only 6 episodes, ranging from being over 50 minutes to like 30 minutes, and honestly, this should have been a movie. Like, if this was a 2-hour movie like it was originally supposed to be, it wouldn't have had like that the rebel people trying to like take Jedi on the path. That probably wouldn't have been that explored upon. I think that's the worst thing about the show. There's a lot of time spent on that, and I didn't like that. Especially more in the last 3 episodes, I just didn't like that. It kind of wasted time, and it's like, we don't need to spend time on this. But I want to talk about the villain, because Moses Ingram got harassed online for playing Reva, and her character is, I wouldn't say bad, it's just not that compelling. She's not a compelling villain, and I think Moses Ingram did a good job acting someone who is not that intimidating. Learning a lot about her throughout the show. I feel like, we should have had more flashbacks in prior episodes, because they had one flashback in the first scene of the show, and they really brought it up until the 5th episode. That's not good storytelling, in my opinion. I think they should have done more flashbacks of Reva, because it's kind of clear that that was her, because why else would they show that flashback of her as a youngling? Now, I think that she should have died in the show from Obi-Wan or Vader, because her I guess you say she's redeemed. I guess her character arc is interesting. It is the weakest part of the show, in my opinion. Besides all the rebel Jedi passing, whatever. Those are 2 things I don't really like and are the weakest part. Like I said, that's not to say it's bad, it's just I think it's the weakest of the show. Now, everything else I do like. A lot of people hate this show and say, like, oh, it's the worst thing Disney's ever made. That's incorrect, but I really enjoy it. If you were to give this show a chance, all the haters, they're just hating on this show. It's not like top tier Star Wars stuff, but it's pretty good. It follows Revenge of the Sith very, very good. Like, it feels so surreal. Seeing Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan again, it's such a surreal thing. And having that follow-up is great. And when you finish the show, it is a great, middle part. Great filler section to connect the prequels to the original trilogy. Now, there's some hiccups along the way in the show, but for the most part, it does kind of bridge the 2 trilogies together in a way. This is the only thing you need to see for the main episodic stuff. And the one thing they absolutely did get right was the prequel nostalgia. There's a lot of that, including in the first episode, a 6-minute prologue of the prequel trilogy, edited together. It's really nice. Also, in the fifth episode, you see Hayden Christensen return as Anakin Skywalker in the flesh. That's great to see. Granted, I don't think they should have de-aged his face, because Hayden Christensen still looks as young as he did when he filmed the prequel films. To me, he looks young. It's nice to see Liam Neeson reprise as well as Qui-Gon in the final scene of the episode. That's pretty cool. Honestly, I really enjoy all that stuff. It's great. Seeing Order 66 through a different perspective, that's amazing. And that caused controversy as well. This show has a lot of controversy. It's just, the show can't get a break. And I think I'm missing the most important thing, which is Leia. That is the most surprising thing. Similar to The Mandalorian with Grogu, Leia is in this show, a big part of it. You think, oh, it's just something like the first 2 episodes, maybe 2.5. Nope. She's in it for the entire thing. That's the entire show. Yeah. I think a lot of people kind of got mad, because this stuff, Obi-Wan and Leia don't really have a connection. Obi-Wan going out to save Leia it's such a bizarre thing. Obi-Wan leaving Tatooine is such a weird thing. I mean, it works. It worked, I guess. They executed it in a decent enough way, so it's not like that much of a middle finger to the continuity. And I think there are certain things that kind of break continuity. Like in the final episode, Luke meets Obi-Wan. Granted, I don't know what conversation they had, because Obi-Wan just says hello there to Luke and it just cuts. Which that's canon. That's actually canon breaking. Luke does not supposed to know who he is. And I can't say because, you know, he looks different from what he did in New Hope. But that's canon breaking, but it's fine. He said hello there. I'm fine with it. I don't know how people are going to react to that, because that's such a weird moment. There's a lot of things that break continuity. This show has a lot of plot holes that I don't think they fulfilled. Every episode, they go out of their way to make new plot holes. That is the biggest middle finger. And that's just outside, you know, the choices of the, you know, the actual characters and, you know, plot points. Like, just the show itself has so many plot holes that they keep just forcing their way into. They don't need to do it. They literally write in these plot holes for no reason. Just create suspense. And it's like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. There's so many plot holes. It's like The Last Jedi was just a version of expectations. You don't need to keep doing that. You don't have to keep creating all these, like, these plot holes, because it just ruined the continuity, and majority of it's fixed, but I don't think they fixed all of it, because every episode they create like 10 different plot holes. But overall, I did enjoy myself watching this. I think it is worth getting Disney Plus for. I think this show isn't the hype that people were expecting it to be. No one expected Obi-Wan to be rescuing Leia, you know. But the one thing I do have to say, Vader is the best part of this show. He, in every single scene, is great. This is basically Rogue One version of Darth Vader, but turned up to 11. He is just on a rampage. There's so much stuff. This is just a great version of Vader that Disney nails. Lucasfilm nails this. Disney Star Wars loves making Vader this scary villain. They know how to get him right. He's the only thing that Disney Star Wars has gotten right. The characterization of Darth Vader is so good. That's why you should watch this show. Now, with that all being said, I think I covered everything of this show in a kind of brief thing. I am going to leave some stuff out, because, like, it's kind of not that important. Like the Grand Inquisitor, you know, that whole controversy with the Grand Inquisitor. He's fine, but yeah, it's all on that. But where do I put this in my rankings then? If I'm saying a lot of good things, but a lot of bad things about it as well. So Kenobi goes above Mandalorian Season 2, but below The Bad Batch Season 1. I think it's a good place for the show, because it's not top tier Star Wars, but it's in the same range as like The Mandalorian and The Bad Batch and like Rebels. So, you know, it's in the same vein. It's not really like trying to provoke any poetry. I mean, it kind of does. At some points, it does mirror the Revenge of the Sith a lot. I know some people are gonna like put this way lower, but to me, this is a good spot. It's in the same range, or the same quality as like The Mandalorian. So that's where I'm putting it, and I think it's a fair spot to me. Do you agree or disagree? I know a lot of people have opinions on this show, because like I said, this show had so much controversy. Every episode had some sort of debate and controversy, because like I said, every episode created like 10 new plot holes that just made the community go insane and just get enraged over this, because it's so stupid, the plot holes. And I'm at a point where I don't care. I enjoy the show. People are gonna say this is gonna be the worst thing ever. It's not. I enjoy the show. Make up your own opinion. Watch the show, because I really enjoy it. This is probably the best thing Disney made in terms of live action with their, you know, live action shows. I'm gonna leave it there. I know a lot of people are gonna have a lot of things to say about this show in the next weeks, because, you know, there's a lot of things to talk about. So I'm gonna end it here. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. I'm gonna go now. So goodbye, everyone.